the whole self-custody thing. I talk to people all the time. I joined your company, the Bitcoin Advisor, earlier this year, and it's amazing to me. Just so many people care so much about Bitcoin, and they're learning so much, and they're still trying to figure out self-custody. They're still trying to figure out everything of that sort. So I'd love it if you could touch on the urgency, the significance, and the importance of self-custody, and then what specifically the Bitcoin Advisor does in regards to that and helping people in that process.
Sure thing. So I think there is huge urgency for anyone who has Bitcoins on exchange to get them off exchange as quickly as possible. There are a number of reasons why that's really important. Firstly, we've had a number of exchanges fall over in the last year or two, so I don't want anyone to lose their coins. Secondly, from a selfish perspective, it helps the number go up.
Yeah.
But if there aren't any coins on exchange, then that decreases supply, and it's a forcing function for price to go up. So that's really critical. It is very daunting, and it takes, I believe, hundreds, if not a few hundred hours to get comfortable with self-custody. So it is a very difficult thing to do, and this is where the work I've done with families for the last 7 years has been all around collaborative custody to help clients take Bitcoins off exchange and self-custody it. So it doesn't become a daunting process, and clients can leverage off our time and expertise in this space, and they don't have to do the work. They can just pay for it. Yeah. And I would never want price to be a deterrent for people getting coins off exchange. So the Bitcoin Advisor has a whole host of free resources as to what a good setup for collaborative custody looks like. So the reason for being for the Bitcoin Advisor is to help anyone get Bitcoins off exchange. We want to do that in the safest way possible, providing self-sovereignty with multiple backups, so that if the client mucks something up, they're not going to lose their Bitcoin, and we can recover that either for themselves, or alternatively, if something were to happen to them, their estate, their wife, their children can give us a call, and in a collaborative effort we can recover that. So it's a really critical function once you start thinking beyond yourself. And the reason why we do this is to set up intergenerational wealth for our future kids and generations to come. And one of the things that we've done is create a protocol that ensures that if that's the way you're thinking and that's what you want to do, if you were hit by a bus tomorrow, we can still recover that Bitcoin. And this is where, from just from the feedback we've gotten and the inquiries, I don't think a lot of people have put a lot of thought into that. But because of my history and what I've done for the last 7 years, this is a problem that is top of mind that I've spent the last 7 years staring at and tried to solve.
Yeah.
So I think we've got a great solution. For that reason, if people have any questions, reach out, and if price is the issue, there are free resources on that. We don't want that to be a sticking point for getting your coins off exchange. So
definitely. On a more personal note too, you said if someone was hit by a bus. On a personal note, we're filming this on whatever it is, Wednesday, and on Sunday I was in a car accident. So my first car accident, I was going like 45, 50 or whatever. And thank God everyone was fine. But obviously later on in the yesterday actually, I was like, oh wow, yeah, that would have been bad. I've only been in the Bitcoin Advisor a few months, and now I have a lot of my Bitcoin in a multi-sig vault, and collaborate with us. And it's like, man, if that would have been it for me, obviously I would have larger problems, but but still it would have been like, okay, all that life force I was working and saving for is now just gone, which is a donation to the network. But
I thank you.
Yes, you thank me, but a lot of people don't want the donation to go to the network. They want it to be for their kids. So anyway, I fully agree with you, and that's why I'm so excited to be working with you, to hang out, and we talk all the time online too, off camera. And so
I've got to say, it's a lot of fun, and
yeah, it's a blast.
I really, part of the fun in the job, it doesn't feel like a job for me, because I love talking about Bitcoin, and this is where getting to help clients and hearing their story. Being a Bitcoiner is very isolating, and so to anyone out there listening to this, the social component of Bitcoin is really critical in helping that, and the collaborative custody might help introduce family members or other loved ones to Bitcoin, and cast a different light on what this is.
Well, that's one of the great things, that people can join us. We can help educate on how to set up multi-sig vault, how to do self-custody, all the trade-offs of managing that. they get the peace of mind that if Bitcoin skyrockets to a million or 5 million or 7 billion overnight, that they're protected and they don't have that reapplication risk. So they have that peace of mind. They have the hit by a bus peace of mind, and then they have that for their children, that peace of mind. And then in addition, I have the experience now, and you have even years more experience than me, but then it's like, it's an easy way for them to bring in family members, because then they see it themselves. They watch us do it. They're handheld through the process online, and I mean, to me, that's one of the most exciting things. Like seeing them have even a whole another level of peace of mind, and then also better for their stack, but then also bringing in the family or their friends or their coworkers, whatever too. It's an easy way for them to do that. So yeah,
it's a nice thing to do, and I feel great doing it because I get to meet a lot of great people and hear their stories and help them out. It's a win-win-win.
Yep, great. So, well, yeah, of course, people can find me. My link will be in the description if they want to. Well, free. The first call is free, right? So you can talk to either Peter or myself. Free consultation. Link in the description if you want to take a multi-sig self-custody in that route. But yeah, besides that plug for for our services, do you have any final words, Peter, or encouragement for folks as they think about Bitcoin's future? Or?
I think I'd probably like to echo what you normally say, get off zero.
Yeah.
If you haven't taken action yet, please buy a little bit. Yeah. Whatever you're prepared to lose, whether it's $5 or 5,000, do that, take action and start learning about it. And probably more important than buying some is actually start learning about it, and this is where your resources are fantastic. I've had you come and talk to our clients, and one of the best communicators in the space, and you provide all your content for free. It's fabulous. So learn as much as you can, and if that gives you the confidence to buy, then get stuck into it.
Yeah, appreciate it. Peter, thank you.
Thank you.
This was a good time. Thank you so much for watching my content and being a supporter of mine. I really appreciate it. It's a lot of fun for me to do, and it's really meaningful to know that so many people are enjoying my content and learning about Bitcoin. I think it's so important for people to get off zero. In addition to getting off zero, it is really critical. It is really important that you also begin taking self-custody of your sats and of your Bitcoin. This is because if you have Bitcoin on an exchange or you don't have proper self-custody, this is going to be a massive problem for you in the future, most likely. If Bitcoin starts having rapid periods of appreciation and there are rapid spikes in demand for Bitcoin education, and for Bitcoin advocates and advisors, it's going to be increasingly important that you have self-custody of those coins. So my message to you is please consider getting that self-custody. Now, you can do that on your own. There are plenty of free tutorials online. There's plenty of great work like that. But if you want somebody to help you with self-custody, if you want somebody to help you take cold storage of your Bitcoin, of your Satoshis, if you want somebody to help you set up a multi-sig vault, to set up an estate plan, to set up a plan for you as a person, an individual, as a business owner, as a charity, whatever the case, I work at the Bitcoin Advisor, and I'm happy to say that I really enjoy it. I love working with my clients. My job is literally to help people buy Bitcoin and secure it properly for years, decades, and generations to come. So if you want to learn about my services at the Bitcoin Advisor and what we do, you should click the link in the description. Here you can read a bit about what I do. You can book a free consultation with me. You can book a free meeting with me. I'll send you lots of free complimentary paperwork explaining how multi-sig vaults work, cold storage, giving you all the education you need. Everything's fully open source. What we do, our main goal is education, helping get coins off exchanges, and people be able to not lose sleep at night when they buy and secure their Bitcoin. So you can feel free to book a meeting with me. The first one is free and complimentary, just to figure out what your priorities are and get that adjusted. But if that's something that could be used to you, I really highly encourage you to take self-custody, whether that's with me or not. Please just do it. But for the many of you that probably will eventually want a multi-sig collaborative custody vault, the Bitcoin Advisor could be the place to go. And so click the link in the description, check that out. Really appreciate your time.